In this video, I will show you how we grade assignments in this class. So as an example, we will take the first assignment, which is the course portal homepage. You can see we've got the instructions and then all the requirements. As we go down through here, all of these requirements are listed. For several semesters, I struggled on how to effectively and quickly communicate to students what they'd done well and what they needed to improve or possibly fix.
I was explaining this struggle to one of my TAs, and she told me about a professor that was using Excel spreadsheets to give feedback, and I thought that was a great idea.
And so I created these grading sheets in Excel, or not in Excel, but in the Google Drive. And there are green check marks, and when you need to improve something or make a fix, you check on the red check mark to just show you. If you've got a green and a red check mark, that means I want you to check it out, but it doesn't necessarily need to be fixed. So here we'll go through the process. So here is my portal page, brings up it, everything's looking good from the front end. And then I go into developer tools, and yours may come up maybe on this page, but I have it here. And so I'm looking at your HTML, making sure that you have all of your head information, your meta, and your links, and all of the other elements that you need in here. These also show your, like the CSS, and sometimes it's not working right because I have a JavaScript. There we go. So you just may have to refresh to get it to show the JavaScript, but I've got JavaScript information in there. So I look at all of these things on your pages. So I go back here, that all looks good. I don't need to make any check marks or have you look at anything. So the next thing I do is there is a Lighthouse Report. This is just an extension, and it gives you, I'm going to generate that report, and it will just run there in the background. So the next thing I'm going to look at is this web developer tools. And if you go back to the home page, this is listed several times on this page. And if you click that, it will bring up the Google extension. They've just made it quick to get to this point. You can also get to this by clicking on the three little dots, going under more tools, clicking on extensions. That's going off of the screen, but it brings up this page. And if you want to find, you can see I have it installed right here. You can turn these on and off if you're having problems with extensions. But if you want to, you can also look for extensions, go to this the Chrome Web Store, and then you can search for different things. I have a video that's in the announcement for this week for a different extension that will just help with things. So that's how to get this installed. So back here, the first thing I do is I validate your CSS. So this comes up, congratulations, no errors. I want to point out that there are warnings, and I'm never really concerned about the warnings. These are coming from Normalize, and this helps. This WebKit and Moz just help on different. Moz is short for Mozilla, which is the group that does Firefox. So all of these things are just warnings, but you don't need to worry about those. The things that I'm worried about are the errors. And so we'll see here, I click on this. Yours may show options or something else, but the tools part is where I want you to check. So I'm going to validate the HTML. And we will see here, I have a warning. I'm not worried, like I said before, I'm not worried about that. However, if there are errors, then I am going to make a checkbox. I'm going to check the red off of there. We've got some problems with this. Normally, the HTML checker is just down in this little footer portion. I'm going to put this in here. I'm also going to take the link from this page. I will paste it in here. So you can see this. I'm going to say, please fix. I'm going to go back to the page, and I am going to run the next thing, which is accessibility. This is, as this is running, I will show you, this is what it looks like. So here, I've got these contrast errors. When I click on these, it will show that there's a problem between the yellow and the white background. And depending on the monitor or the device people are using, it may have an effect, and they may not be able to read some of your text. If I had especially if I had a yellow background that was close to this, they may not be able to read it. So I am not super concerned about your accessibility on the specifically on the contrast ratio. So I will put this into your, here I say, I will make a red and a green check mark, just say, no need to fix, but I want you to be aware of it. And so I will put those types of things in there. So here you will see where I'm making the notes. I'm going to make links to the things if that's appropriate. And then the last one here that I'm going to do is I am going to validate your links. And it says it'll take some time. So I'm going to go over to the Lighthouse report that's now loaded. So here on this Lighthouse report, this is more of a guidelines section 2, but you would like to try to get everything above 90. And you can see where I have the accessibility errors. It will show you here where the problem is. So this is a good help to know what to do, just as an overview, and then you may have to use some of the other tools to go in there and make some of the other corrections, or it just makes you aware of what's happening. So on the Lighthouse report, I may include that too for this particular one. So I will add the link in there, and I'll just say, please check. And I'll put the little green and red check mark so you know that that needs to be checked, but not necessarily fixed. When we've made all of the notes, checked off the check marks, you will notice here at the top, this assignment has not yet been graded. You will notice that little red bar. When we get it finished, we will change this to green so you will know when your assignment has been graded. We try to get this loaded into your sheet earlier in the week so you can see what requirements we're going to check. So here you can see I've got all of the assignments for all the semesters, but you will only get the assignment that is due for that current week will show up there. So each week those new assignments will show up. So after we're finished, I want you to notice we've got the standards. So the standards are kind of what we talk about down here, that what you're checking. You can take a look at those, got links to those for your section at the top. We also have a link to Brother Blazard's forum, and so this is what it will look like. This is for winter 2022, and if he has a lab that's posted, it will look like this when you click on the link. If you click on one of these that hasn't happened yet, it will just go back to the home page, and then every week at 8 p.m. Mountain Time, you can click on that and you can join the call. So there's the virtual labs that can help you. You can reach out on the home page. You've got, if you want to schedule some time with me, if you click on this link, it brings up calendar that looks like this. You can click on the date, and then it shows the times, and it should show these in your time zone for when I am available. There's different times on different days. Like Mondays, it's in the morning, obviously not at night for family home evening, but then we've got Tuesday, I've got a lot more time. Wednesday, it's just in the morning. Thursday,
we have some time at night, and I'm actually going to schedule some more time Thursday mornings. So anyway, if you're going to schedule this time, and I'll do this for 5:30, you need to click confirm, put your name and your email address in there, and then this puts this on my calendar so I know that you want to meet. And at the end of the night, I don't think you can schedule for me the next morning, because I've had students do that in the past, and then obviously I'm not paying attention and I may not be there. So that is another way you can get help at scheduling time with me. You can also schedule time with the TA, and then BYU Idaho has added in this tutoring resources over here to the left, where you can go in and get tutoring help. Now here on the tutoring help page, you can see you've got topics by course. You've got lots of students asking questions that may be relevant to you, so you can take a look at this to see if there is something in there. You can also get to ask a question. We've got moderators that are standing by to help you out with this, and so there's lots of resources depending on what time zone you're in. That's another cool little thing that I found. There's this time zone converter, and I will put a link to this also in the announcement. So this is showing Salt Lake time, Manila, Nairobi, and Sao Paulo, and so it's just got UTC. So as I'm taking a look at this, it is 11 a.m. Utah time, and so I can see what times I could possibly be talking to, or you could be talking to the people in your group to see what time it is wherever your groups are. This is a free tool, and you can put 4 different cities on there in the free version, so you can see those different times. So hopefully it helps everyone out. Now, one of the other things that I want to stress is if you've gotten some check marks off, you may not have a complete. We want you to be competent in this class, not necessarily working for a grade. And so if something's not quite right and you can fix that, let me know. And the best way to do that is to reach out to me through Canvas, and then I will respond back to you. And once you've got it fixed, I can go back in and I'll check that off and I can give you a complete. One thing too is because this class progresses, if say that there's something that you've done this week and it needs to be on your site next week, you can fix it in your following assignment, and I'll go back and give you credit for the week before. So there's no need for you to do the work on 2 different, like lesson 6 or lesson 3 and lesson 4. If if it needs to be present in lesson 4, you can just fix it in lesson 4, and you don't have to go back and change both things for both weeks. Just let me know that. Just reach out to me through email. So let me know if you've got any questions. I want to support you as much as possible, and make sure to just reach out if you're having problems. Thanks.